Okay, this is my fourth damn time to attempt to do this damn video, man. So we're back to this concept of humble beginnings. Okay, tattooing is what we're going to talk about, because I'm always going to be talking about tattooing. If you just look in my eye, you'll probably see a tattoo machine in there. I think there's one in my mind. But anyway, so you gotta start somewhere. Humble beginnings, man. So as a little bitty kid, I stick pin tattoos from like 9 till knocking 11. And then it dawned on me that these biker boys that were close by me, they lived off of a downtown street. They owned a oil change place where they worked on their bikes and stuff, which was cool. So I went up there. I watched them cut a Volkswagen in half and mend the front of a Harley Davidson on it and make a trike. Airbrush this thing, had wizards on it. It was killer, man. Awesome. But anyway, so I saw a lot of their tattoos, man, and I'm like, damn, that's way cooler than, like, I'd only seen 2 types of tattoos, like stick and poke tattoos and tattoos out of the penitentiary. And they were debatably similar, but neither one were very, very clean. So I've been stick and poking tattoos for probably like 4 years then. And to me, I was like, I want to know how in the hell they're doing this. Like, how's this working out, you know? So anyway, so a buddy of mine's like, hey man, we're going to Domino's Pizza. This lady's paying us money. At the end of the day, we're hanging door hangers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And then I'm not really interested because I've been chopping firewood for like the last 2 winters, you know. So I've been making money, you know. So paying me a little bit ain't going to help me none. I already been getting paid a lot. So, But then a friend of mine lets me know that what's up is this chick that's the manager of this Domino's Pizza is who has been tattooing the local MC club around here, which is the Banditos. I never really, I've been to California twice, but I never lived there. I don't know, like up north, you know, New York and Hell's Angels and stuff like that, but I knew there was controversial motorcycle clubs, blah blah blah. But so I knew it was an MC club, so it was going to be something heavy. So I go hang door flyers with this chick, and I say with this chick, woman hung door hangers by herself. And at the end of the day, she's trying to pay me, and she's already paid out my 2 buddies. But she's got me hemmed up in this damn place. And I can't really leave. But anyway, you gotta keep a cigarette on fire or it won't work. Anyway, so we go do this. We've been 6-8 hours out in the hot damn sunshine doing this, and at the end of the day, I'm seeing my 2 buddies, they bounce. They already got their little money and they're gone. And I'm thinking, man, I wish this lady would just cut me loose so I could go ride back with them. They're friends of mine. We'd probably pull our money and do something stupid, you know, young kids, man. She's like, hey, my old man tattoos, because I had like 8 or 9 stick pin tattoos on myself already. And I already knew this. That's the only reason I was doing this door hanger stuff, man, was just to be thinking, you know, hey, maybe I could link up with this guy. So she tells me, my old man, he could tattoo you, if you could make it out to our neighborhood, so on and so forth. And I'm like, right on, just give me my money. So she did. That day, I think I made like $15 hanging door hangers for Domino's Pizza for like 6-7 hours. It was stupid, but it was making ends. You know, my daddy called them inroads. He grew up farming. So he was making inroads. So we're gonna do that. So I'm making out there, like my third trip to her place or whatever, like third trip to go do this door hanger thing. I end up on a Friday night, end up out there by her place. We pull up. I get dropped off like 2 mobile homes down from where they live. I'm walking up on this place. It's a lake. And they got a mobile home with like 30 freaking Harley Davidsons outside of it. Like, a few of them broke down, getting parted out. The rest of them were bikes that men rode. And these dudes, man, they all wore a vest, and they're all affiliated with the Banditos. And I was like, holy shit, these are the best tattoos that I've seen. I'm gonna see what this dude's doing. So I go in there and I watch him. So he's tattooing them, and I steadily am thinking at such a young age, man, I was under 12, thinking my stick pin tattoos look better than his shit. Yeah, except for I was just doing stuff in black. That aside, like, my stick pin tattoos look better than his, like with whatever the device he's using. So humble beginnings, right? You know, gotta start somewhere. So I see what he's doing, and I'm not very impressed, and I never go back there. But a buddy of mine's band needed somebody to run lights or sound, or lights and sound, just depending on the venue, in 3 states. South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Columbus, Georgia, and Daytona Beach, Florida. So I knew somewhere on this little fairy tale trip I'm fixing to go on, I'm gonna see some tattooing being done. So I'm doing it. So I end up in Columbus, Georgia, and I see a man that does this beautiful black and gray work on the lady's hair, and I was like, holy crap, that's impossible stick pinning a tattoo to pull that shit off. And so I was like, oh, I have to do that. Like, I have to figure this game out, you know, kind of thing. I talked to him. I'm like, hey man, how much does a sleeve cost? That's my first question to ever ask in a tattoo shop. How much does it cost to get my whole arm done? You know? And they told me whatever, and I looked around and I didn't have the money for that. So I just bounced whatever, but I was happy because they didn't card me, because I already had like multiple stick pin tattoos. So it was kind of cool. And they didn't put me on Front Street's my point, you know, and that was cool of them not to, you know, call me out as a youngin' or whatever. I'd already been tattooed. I was from a different state. They didn't know that then. But I kind of just continued to go back to these places, you know, and I was like, wow, man, that's amazing. So fast forward, and I kept on with the stick pin tattooing stuff, you know, pick and pluck, you know. Yep. Tink, 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 tink. Yeah. And I did it for money, man. But I liked doing it. It was kind of like my little calling, you know. But cut to the chase. I got to see this dude do a few tattoos, and a couple of them had, like I said, flowing hair, and that's impossible with a stick pin tattoo. You know, you can't pull it off. So I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. So the first person I ever got around that had a real tattoo machine, I was like trying not to steal it, because I'm like, I'm crunk on the subject, you know. But I'm dedicated to the cause too. So anyway, humble beginnings, on tour with a friend of mine's band, trying to help them out because they were a new band, and just running lights and sound. I see this dude in Columbus, Georgia tattooing, and I was like, in awe. It was awesome. So I'm like, damn, I gotta come back and see this. I gotta come back and see this. So I got my first tattoo by an electric tattoo machine roughly around 13. I was between 13 and 14 years old, somewhere there. But I had like 8 or 10 stick pin tattoos. And I was really interested in this. And people laughed at me back then. Why? What do you want to do this for? All this stuff. And I was like, I didn't really know. I mean, I was a sucker for Cracker Jack tattoos back then. You know, lick 'em, stick 'em tattoos. You know, but I liked it. I had an affinity for it. And so if it wasn't for like 3 of my buddies, Chris, Stacy, and Bill, I wouldn't have seen great tattooing. They were fortunate enough to make it to the coast of the state I live in, which is Mississippi. And they got tattooed by a man that's formerly known as Sailor Moses. And he owned a shop called California Tattoo Studios. And his work was the crispiest in the state. Point blank, no questions about it. And then debatably, like, this man's tattoos have won like 4 or 5 consistent yearly awards for best Oriental back piece of the year, like from a series of his peers. And I was amazed, man. Like, it was beautiful. And so it took me to a different level of what's possible. And I was like, wow, that's amazing, you know, and nothing else really enthralled my mind like the possibility of being able to do something like that. So I saw these 3 dudes get tattooed. I didn't see them get tattooed, that's a lie. I saw the tattoos after the fact, and I was impressed by them, man. I was like, holy shit. The dude that did them, man, he has had a whole lot of freaking heart. And it should have clued me in. The shop's name was California Tattoo Studios. He tattooed at a place in California that was a man named Goldman's shop. It was like one of 4 or 5 tattoo shops in the United States then. And he was a phenomenal tattooer. Had a big heart for Oriental stuff. But man, he was just a great tattooer. Since then, I've met like several of the people that work with him and so on and so forth. And it's amazing to me, man. Like, I see a whole lot of people repping this blah blah history stuff of tattooing and all that. But what I don't see is them taking it back to the people that it belongs to, which is the state in which it belongs. So these people can all try to get the relics of a man that's dead and all this stuff. But the thing is, this man, if without him, there would not be you. There wouldn't be the person before you. There wouldn't be any of these people. And it was born in California. It's amazing to me, man, the little history trip that stuff goes down. But from an MC club to like homeboys that I knew in a band, all still took me down the same little road, because I was going to travel that road with or without them. I love this stuff. Tattooing should remain sacred to everyone. Like, it should only be yours. It's important. You know, like, search your history down. Look back in time at tattooing. Tattooing was historically a thing, you know, like, it mattered. It really mattered. So, I really committed myself from being a small child. So this is a little tattoo history from my perspective. My name's Russell. Easygoing type of person. I be tattooing all the time anyway. So, you know, I got Instagram. It's hippie sippy. You can holler at me whenever, you know. I just, I fail to understand the concept of the kids today with tattooing. It's diluting the industry, and other countries are putting out so many imported products that people are trying crap. So pretty much, like, to me, I just see it as I'm gonna be fixing somebody else's stupidity for eternity, because it is just full-on ignorance, man. We have the internet. Look at me. We have the internet. If a skull looks like a smashed box, we have anatomically correct reference. It's called medical reference of all angles of human skulls. So if your skulls fucking suck, then look you up some real life reference, man. You know, humble beginnings, man. Draw it from however you can. If you can't do that, then you better get you some reference, homeboy. You know, but a skull looks like this, and if it looks like that, then it is not a human skull. You know, like, but anyway, I guess I'll make another video on that, and we'll call it reference points. Well, I'm gonna, as my homeboy Splinter says, I'm gonna cut the kite on this and let it go. From Mississippi with love, always.